Okay, for these last few steps, you're going to need crimson and yellow and kind of a strawish brush because we're going to just dab. And I am mixing my yellow and crimson together on my brush. And I am just going to tap the insides of my flowers just to give it some texture. I think I got a little too much crimson on my brush, which I did not mean to. So I'm going to let that dry a little bit and come back with just some yellow. While I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to use a skinny brush. And with my green, Hooker's Green, I'm going to create my stem. Now you can put your stem wherever you want. It doesn't need to be super thick, but make sure that once you get to this section, you are not painting over your blue. You're just kind of dashing your stem. But I'm also going to throw in just a little bit of white in areas to give that stem some variation in tone. Now I'm going to continue this. Add some white. Stems are not perfectly straight. Remember that as you do this. When you get too much paint on your brush, wipe it off on your paint tray. And go back in with your next color. I'm actually going to put this stem behind here. So I'm going to connect like that, and it's going to come down, look like it's coming out of this flower. In, dash it a little bit through there, and down. Now once you're getting inside your jar, your stems can crisscross a little bit. Gives it a little bit of realism there. A little bit of white in there. And just continue that down. So there's my two stems. I'm going to work on this next one. And I dropped my paintbrush right here, so I'm going to kind of fix that little mishap with that stem. Kind of blend some white in there again. And there's that. So next, before I add any sort of leaves, I'm going to add two stems for baby breath. And I'm going to kind of curve it down and out. And bring that down right in here. Again, add in some white so it's not all dark green. When you get too much paint, wipe it off. Now I got too much white, so I'm going to go back in with a little bit more Hooker's Green to try to straighten that out a little bit. I'm going to do one more coming out on this side. I might actually drop this side down just a little bit lower. I'm just going to come out like that and kind of split off into two. You just kind of blend as you paint. If you mess up, you add some more. If you want to kind of add some wispy kind of leaves, don't make it a solid shape, just kind of wisp it out using Hooker's Green first. And then go back in with white. All right, so next on our baby's breath, I am actually going to use the back side of my paintbrush, and I'm going to dip it in my white, and I'm going to make dots on the ends there. I'm going to speed this up so this process goes a little bit faster. As you can tell, for that I used both sides of the brush, switching brushes and actually fixing that. Next, I'm going to actually get just a little bit more yellow on my tray, and I'm going to fix that middle section real quick. Using another straw-like brush. I'm going to get any excess paint off now, which I should have done with the other one. I'm just going to go right over that crimson to dull it down with more yellow. So you're only getting a hint of crimson, not a ton. And there's the centers. So last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this up, because I need this brush again. Actually, I'm going to use the skinnier, wiry brush. And using our blue and white again. Oh, I actually need a little bit more white on there. Using blue and white, and that kind of wiry-ish brush, you're just going to make kind of like a reflection on the jar. Just kind of lightly scrape that in there, put it a little bit of a blur on that top edge. Very light, nothing's like super solid. Go in there with a tiny brush that you were just using with that green, add in some white wisp. Add in some kind of like darker blue wisp, kind of like we did on the side here. And you are done. Make sure you sign it. If you want to add a fourth flower, go for it. It's really up to you.